Hey yo, what's up everybody, it's Zen JJ. Today we're coming back with a video basically updating on my portfolio of my NFT. So if you do not know what is NFT, it's non-fungible tokens. And after that, over here on my channel itself, I created a new TikTok account. Basically it's called DSA Crypto. If you want to basically follow the content of like my short clips or whatsoever, feel free to follow me. And after that, from there I would say disclaimer first. So over here for this project itself, we are gonna basically talk about these projects that I've been into, and of course no financial advice is given. It is totally up to you, and of course on your own research slash my opinion is only my opinion. I'm just a random guy on the internet telling people about my portfolio, and of course from there sharing my own experience. So I would say without further ado, I would say that the links down below that you can use to basically support the channel, which is totally free, use the link down below. And of course if you are not subscribed to the channel, kindly hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and turn on post notification. And without further ado, we are going to basically jump into the first topic. What is NFT for those who are new to the channel slash researching or basically how to make money online? So over here on my TikTok, I have done basically content that NFT that you must own, and of course I would say this NFT is very interesting. If you want to know more, head over to my TikTok, which is linked down below. And of course for those who are new to this channel or this space itself, NFT itself is a non-fungible token like your traditional art piece that is listed on the gallery slash museum. And of course those art pieces can be worth like up to millions or billions of dollars depending on who's the artist and of course who's the buyer. So over here I would say over here this is much similar, and of course I would say that nobody can duplicate slash copy or basically make a fake one that looks like the real one, because on traditional art itself we know that people are trying to duplicate the arts and everything. But of course on NFT itself they are digitalized and of course running on the Ethereum blockchain slash Solana or other smart contract platform which you can generate NFT. And of course over here I would say that people are interested into this space itself because first of all money is there, and after that I would say there's a lot of dumb money there, so people are interested in that. And of course people are flipping NFT to basically make a living. You can see like some of the friends who told you about NFT, they made basically they flip and of course they can afford a Lambo or whatsoever. But of course I would say that this over here is for the long term, and of course I would say that as of now I believe that if let's say you are flipping or let's say joining all the hypes of whatever NFT mint that you get, I believe that out of 100 project itself, maybe 2 or 5 project is pulling your portfolio up and of course making your stop loss, I mean like your losses, very little or even no losses or even a break even point. But for my case itself, my own portfolio itself, I'm going to show it to you and of course show you all the price entry and everything. So over here you can see a rough understanding of what kind of NFT have I invested in. And of course right now without further ado, we're going to jump into my portfolio update. Before I jump into that itself, I would say I would love to basically introduce FTX itself, which is the exchange I buy crypto, and of course I would say trade on because the fee is very little. On top of that, they also like provide free withdrawals if let's say you hold 500 or even 50 amount of FTT, the FTX token. And after that from there I would say the exchange itself is very user friendly, and of course you can do like futures trading, you can buy lots of token using the US Tether or whatsoever. So right now I'm going to show you my portfolio. So over here this is my OpenSea account, which are some of these items over here is basically free. So I would say yes, I receive free NFT. Why is that so? Because I'm the hodler, and after that I would say I'm holding all the NFTs since the beginning of time, which I invested in those projects. And of course you can see that says I get this jar dude, and after that the UFO from Alien Friends, and of course over here this egg drop from Darcy. And after that I would say there's many more projects that I've invested in, and of course I would say out of all these projects, not all of them are in like the green zone or basically mooning or whatsoever, but of course I put more of my money into those I believe that will basically deliver, like basically I would say the timeless pieces. Over here like this you can see the Mutant Ape Wife, the derivatives itself is not doing that well, and of course I would say that I'm in fact losing money on it. And of course Alien Friends itself I got in like not really on the mint phase but of course on the secondary market. So over here the story is doesn't mean you are not in the mint phase itself you are not gonna make money off it. It's not true. And of course I would say that the community itself is very important in the NFT space. So over here my portfolio itself, you can see I've spent a total of basically 10.8 worth of Ethereum, and I have sold around 0.4 of this Ethereum to basically basically when the price like pump or whatsoever I feel that I can sell, I will sell. So over here these are some of the projects that I got into early days. Basically the Treeverse itself, basically it's my first NFT that I officially minted, and after that from there like take part into this initial NFT offering or something like that. So over here you can see that this over here I've got it at like 0.1, and of course I'm going to show you the prices later on. So over here for timeless piece itself, you can see that, oh my god, I hold like a shit ton of it, and after that I would say the min price for me was 0.228, accounting for the fees, and of course the average I spent around 3.4. So down itself, this is also the interleaf, the super NFT stuff, basically link up with the timeless, basically with the Treeverse. So this tree project itself is connected all together, and of course if we scroll down itself, I basically saw this Adidas Adidas original into the metaverse itself. I felt that it's kind of cool, and after that from there I must own one of it. So I mean, like, technically I must own one, but of course I got tempted, I bought two, and after that at basically 1 Ethereum, and of course I will say I'm going to show you the price later on. So over here, I did not know. I was like thinking which project to join, but of course I just hyped into whatever it is, and after that got into the mint, and of course minted it, and of course technically this is in a loss. So over here, Alien Friends itself, another one that I got in, and of course quite happy with it, 0.06 entry price. And of course over here for Little Park itself, I sold some of it because, to be honest, this project itself was not really moving up or whatsoever, because there's like rumors of this owner, I forgot his name, basically whatever it is, this penguin itself, he's like embezzling the funds or whatsoever, leaving the community hanging there. So I believe that there's very negative news, and after that from there I got in, and after that I sold. So eventually I did sold for a profit, and after that I would say it is not bad. And of course we can scroll down, this NFT legend itself, some junkie that I bought, but of course not really delivering. So over here this as well. So for the imp itself, it's kind of a slow project. So over here I also got into the Coolman universe, and after that from there I would say this over here has basically generated me like free stuff. Over here for the Shack itself, not really a one that you can be proud of, to be honest, because this over here is just a charity type of program. So I'll join in, basically buy into it, and after that from there, yeah, basically they use the money that is raised for charity, which is a good deed. So over here for Tiger itself, got into the hype as well, but of course it's not really sustaining. So over here for the Tasty Toast, basically supporting local Singaporean. So I would say minted a few, 0.1, which is reasonable. I can afford to lose this amount even though it goes to 0. So over here Goonies Gang itself, really disappointing because they can't sustain. So over here for Wonder Pulse itself, I would say almost the same thing. Yeah, there was hype over there being a top 10, but it can't really sustain. So over here I would say the Doll Darcy itself, technically this mint itself is quite famous. I mean, like, he has been in the fashion show, the fashion space for quite some time, and of course been partnered with IKEA and everything, and after that from there, yeah, the portfolio from his past work itself make me think that, okay, this is why not just buy into it. That's like, based off the past performance, it might be good. And over here, this is the recent one that I minted. So over here, the WAGMI, basically I found this over on the Adidas itself. They have some partnership that is ongoing, and after that we are gonna make it. This internet team itself, basically it's a soccer team, and after that I got into the mint, the public sales, and after that I would say over here minted it, and of course spent 0.7. And over here for Coolman Universe Baby itself, I got into the wait list, and after that eventually minted 2 of it at almost 1. And over here this another one is the free one, because I own one of the Coolman Universe, and I would say that over here I have not updated my egg drops or whatsoever on a UFO as well. So over here we're gonna see how much is my portfolio worth right now. So we're gonna do basically a refresh and do a calculation from this itself. So what I've used to basically use this extension itself is called the Super C, which is one of the two that I find it very handy to basically calculate the floor price, the average item price, and after that there's a breakdown as well. So we can see over here it's calculating, and it's gonna take some time to retrieve all the data. So I would say, yeah, if you want to, you can download this plugin as well, Super C, which I'm gonna link down below. No affiliates on this, unfortunately. So over here you can see right now I'm actually worth 16.87. So my initial cost itself is screw up, which is around 10.8 something, and after that I would say that I'm in a profit of maybe 6 Ethereum, which is quite good. So for the Treeverse itself, we can compare the Treeverse. We got in at 0.13. right now it's worth 1.19, and after that Adidas itself got in at around 1, so now it's 1.05. not really a much difference. Interleaf itself, something else. And of course this over here is quite a flipper. Basically I got into this Alien Friends at 0.06. right now it is 0.5. so if you want to check out my whole profile itself, just head over to just on OpenSea itself, type secrypto.eth, and after that over here just click on the ENS, and after that you will find my name over there. So if you want to click on my profile or stock on me, you can basically do this. And after that, over here you can try to calculate my profile value, and after that from there you can see mix and match which one I basically profited off from. So being super transparent itself over here, that you can basically see that the full breakdown of all of my NFT itself. So you can see some of the NFT that sustain its value, like Wonder Pulse itself. We can see how much have I gotten in on Wonder Pulse. So over here on Wonder Pulse, where is it? Gotten it at 0.08, and of course it's now worth 0.09, so I would say not so bad. And of course some of these are free technically. So for unit cost price of babies itself, babies I got in at 0. almost 1, so technically it's a loss. And after that I would say, yeah, doesn't matter, just keep holding. And of course for this does it drop itself, it's technically totally free, so it's profit off of 0.06. so we here after all of this babbling, I would say that how is it green, and after that why is it green. So over here, if let's say you are a flipper itself, I believe if you flip NFT itself, you will be doing a lot of work. Basically, you're staring at your screen for almost 12 to 15 hours, depending on what kind of drops that you know of. And of course, there's tons of research for you to do. So I do not have the luxury of that time to basically jump into flipping, like searching for NFT, get into the mint phase or the pre-list or the allow list or whatsoever shit they call it. Basically, you can mint earlier than others, or basically you guarantee a spot to mint. Those kind of project itself, yes, you are very lucky to get into it. Definitely people will start minting it at 0.1 for example, and after that they will flip it at 0.15, and after that, depending on how much people are lowering down the price of the floor itself, technically you can even go to a loss itself. Maybe the min is 0.1 and eventually people listed it as about 0.095. I do not know why people do that, but of course people still do that to basically cut their losses for those flipper. And after that, eventually I would say that this over here is very tiring. Yes, you can make some decent money off it, and of course you can lose some huge amount of it. And after that, I would say if you are not quick enough, you will lose almost quite a lot of your money. So for my case itself, how I invest into it in the future projects. So over here on this onwards itself, technically I did like research onto it, and after that look at the factors of their past portfolio, and after that who is behind it, and of course eventually see that what they are trying to deliver in the future. And of course hopefully, technically at the end of the day, you are still hoping for the community to not dump it at a lower price of the mint. And of course technically people are, you have to see how they deliver. So if let's say the community the founders or the developers behind it, they manage to deliver itself, technically I would say it's still green. So I would say that over here some project itself I'm not really proud of it, but of course overall I'm still happy with the results, because yeah, technically I'm a long-term holder, so I do not think that flipping is tiring. But of course you can eventually, maybe the one whole month of spend, like you flip here, flip there, eventually you will be still at this 5%, 10%, or even like break-even zone, or even losing money. Because I mean, like, you get into the mint, so what? Doesn't mean that the project can deliver. And of course sometimes if you are super lucky enough, you get rug pull or something like that, eventually you lose all of your funds that you put it in. So I would say look for projects that are new, and of course I would say important, should you invest in NFT? So the last topic itself is technically really asking yourself, should you invest in NFT? So for my opinion itself, if let's say you have the funds and after that you can afford to lose that amount of Ethereum or whatsoever, yes, definitely you can try going to some NFT that is well known, or even just go over to the Explorer, the stats itself, the ranking, and of course you can see that which chain is basically running, and after you can see the by volume itself, which is the top few. So I would say not really that those that in the top 7 or maybe the top 10 itself it might be very hyped to be ranked at the top 10, but of course eventually this is only the last 24 hours. So what you want to do is basically the last 30 days or something like that, you can see that which collection is somehow the blue chip. So I would say blue chip itself, definitely the entry price is expensive, but of course if let's say you have the amount, you can afford to do that, definitely why not? Because right now we are in the bear market, so everybody, I would say that most of the people are dumping off their NFT. And of course I would say that technically my portfolio previously was worth like 20 over Ethereum or even 25, but of course eventually people start selling, and eventually the price keep dipping, but eventually I'm still at the green zone. So I would say for you guys who are interested in this kind of like NFT itself, I would say first of all, NFT itself is pure gambling, to be honest. Technically if you want to talk about going to the casino or basically playing this NFT game itself, I would say definitely one of it is basically it is gambling. So there's no like research or fundamentals or whatsoever to basically prove that this NFT has some sort of value, because ultimately the value is determined by the community. And after that, from there, if let's say the developers can deliver, so first of all, is community, second is developers. So if let's say they manage to deliver, they manage to do some surprise airdrop or something like that to basically enhance the value of this NFT utility, yes, the price of your holdings itself will go up, and of course eventually people will start dumping. So this is the market itself. So I would say, yeah, only invest in what you can afford to lose. So over here, 10 Ethereum, yes, I have already closed my eyes for this 10 Ethereum. If let's say it goes to 0, it's okay, it's just experience. And of course, being in the history of NFT, the basically Web3 type of art collection that people got in, and after that from there I can't really afford a Bored Ape Yacht right now, but of course eventually I'm gonna flip my way there, and after that from there be a proud owner of one or maybe a CryptoPunk. So to be honest, yes, aiming high, but of course I would say that nothing is impossible in the crypto space because it's a wild west. And of course I have come to the end of the video. If you like the video, kindly leave a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel and turn on post notification, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Bye bye, peace.